Super Smash Bros. Is absolutely legendary. You know it and I know it. But you want to know what one of my favorite aspects of Smash is? Character reveals. Every time a new game in the series is announced, the internet loses its collective mind. Speculation abounds, people go crazy about every little thing, and every individual character's reveal trailer contains more hype than an entire game reveal in many cases. It's like every day is Christmas, but the presents are replaced with new and returning Nintendo characters beating the crap out of each other. I absolutely can't get enough, so this is a video I've always wanted to make. But first, a couple notes. These are in no particular order, and please remember that this is my opinion. These are the characters I personally want to see in Smash, so please don't kill me when I don't put Goku on the list or something. No, I mean the one from the obscure Japanese-only game Yuyuki for the Famicom Disk System. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, let's get started. When it comes to Legend of Zelda, adding a new character can be difficult. Each game is almost entirely separate from one another, so characters come and go accordingly. Really, there are only 3 of them who appear consistently over the series' history, which is why Zelda's representation in Smash is comprised entirely of Link's, Zelda's, and Captain Falcon. Ganondorf. But there is another. No, it isn't Tingle. Impa dates way back to the game manual of the first Legend of Zelda for the NES, and has appeared many times since. She's often portrayed as an elderly advisor to both Link and Zelda during their adventures. But my favorite incarnations are the ones where she takes a more proactive role, like Ocarina of Time, when she was Zelda's bodyguard in the Sage of Shadows, or Skyward Sword, where she was like a super cool ninja or something. And my personal favorite, Hyrule Warriors Impa, who takes the role of objectively the best character. If she ever ended up in Smash, imagine how cool it would be. She has a giant water-controlling sword that would make Cloud pee his pants, a fiery Naginata, super cool ninja moves, and whatever she did in Ocarina of Time. You could bludgeon people with a medallion, I guess, I don't know. Rhythm Heaven is an obscure series here in the West, but those of us who have played it know that not only are they some of the best rhythm games of all time, but some of the best minigame collections too. But being minigame collections, there aren't really many reoccurring characters, but one of them was born for this role, Karate Joe. He first appeared in the first minigame of the entire series, and has played a major role in every game since. Plus, as a natural fighter, his fit in Super Smash Bros. Is pretty self-explanatory. A lot of people really want the Chorus Kids to represent Rhythm Heaven, but they don't have nearly as big a presence in the series as Joe does. And controlling 3 characters at once would be a logistical nightmare for the players and the programmers. Joe's moveset could be filled with punches, kicks, the Karate Man combo, and an endless supply of bombs, barrels, light bulbs, flower pots, cooking pots, and soccer balls. Oh, and also rocks. Plus, you could get some help from other characters and props from the series. Maybe you could even get some sort of rhythm mechanic. I'm sure they could pull it off. Wow, what a shock. The Inklings are on the list. Look, the amount of success the Splatoon series has garnered since its launch has been absolutely crazy. Pretty much everyone loves it, including me, and the people who don't love it are all probably stupid diaper babies. Looking at you, Nick. Honestly, at this point, it would be more surprising if the Inklings didn't make it into Smash. There really aren't any other options in the series to choose from. It's just kinda a no-brainer. ARMS is another new IP that's almost inevitably going to appear in Super Smash Bros., but my choice isn't quite as obvious as the Inklings, cause I kinda just don't like Springman. I don't know if this is a controversial opinion, but he's kinda just a generic main character with a really stupid haircut. So after thinking it over, the character I most want to see is Min Min. You see, spring hair is stupid, but bowl of noodles falling on your head hair is a class act, okay? Min Min is consistently one of the most popular characters in the game, according to the polls. Springman, not so much. But what really sets Min Min apart from the rest is that her abilities are naturally a perfect fit for Smash. She's already a martial artist, which means she could land lots of kicks to go with the punching. including her trademark range of dodge kicks, which you could use to reflect projectiles, not to mention her crazy dragon arm, which you could charge as her down B or something. I know it's probably just gonna end up being Springman in the end, but there's always a chance, right? Remember back 2 seconds ago when I said there's always a chance? FlashBack! There's always a chance, right? Well, for this entry, there really isn't. I made sure all the characters on this list were at least somewhat likely to get in. But consider this one my cheat entry for a character I would absolutely adore. So, you know what gets a lot of representation in Smash? Pokémon. You know who doesn't get any representation in Smash? Pokémon spin-offs. And by far my favorite spin-off series has gotta be Pokémon Mystery Dungeon. And widely considered the best game in that series is Pokémon Mystery Dungeon Explorers. Some of you might know where this is going. Yeah, that's right, Grovyle and Celebi. These two time travelers are big fan favorites. Especially Grovyle. He came back from the future to save the world, and is generally awesome while doing so. Grovyle's moveset could have Mystery Dungeon staples like seeds, orbs, and trap tiles, along with regular Pokemon moves. And we can't forget about Celebi. She could drop in and assist with healing, projectile attacks, and who knows what else. They could even use the time gears to slow other fighters. And could you imagine a Mystery Dungeon stage with a randomly generated layout, while Dialga's Fight to the Finish is playing in the background? God, that would be amazing. Please, Nintendo. Please. She's small, she's cute, she starred in more Donkey Kong Country games in the original trilogy than Donkey Kong himself did for some reason. Yep, that's right, it's Dixie Kong. Donkey Kong Country has been due for a new character ever since the series was rebooted, and with Dixie's triumphant return in Tropical Freeze, I think it's about time she was added. Now I know a lot of people think she would just be a clone of Diddy, and also that King K. Rool should be on this list, and also that this video sucks now. Well, first of all, ow. Second of all, Dixie would only really be a clone if you aren't willing to be creative. Her prehensile helicopter hair alone is enough to give her plenty of moves. But even then, you could use animal buddies, barrels, her bubblegum gun. And don't tell me that slamming people in the face with an electric guitar wouldn't be the most satisfying thing ever. Because I have personal experience. First and foremost, I think Smash Bros. Should be a celebration of all things Nintendo. I'm not super into filling the starting roster with every third-party character under the sun, so when making this list, I decided to limit myself to only one. And who did I pick? Shovel Knight is one of the best indie games released in the past 5 years, and absolutely oozes Nintendo. It's practically seeping from its pores. Nintendo loves its indie games. Commander Video even got a trophy in Smash 4, and Shovel Knight is one of the few non-Nintendo or Smash Bros. Characters to get an amiibo, so I'd wager he'd be the perfect fit to represent indie gaming in a new title. His trademark shoveling and assortment of gadgets and tools is practically begging to be made into a moveset, and maybe Shield Knight could jump in to lend a hand. I'm just saying that if Cloud can make it in, a highly requested character like Shovel Knight can join too. Okay, I'm gonna have to spend this entire entry explaining why this isn't the most stupid idea ever, but I can assure you I am being 100% serious. So, who here is a fan of the bunny from Nintendo Badge Arcade? Well, I am. The arcade bunny is a real goofball who's ridiculously passionate about his job. A job which gets Nintendo a lot of money. He gets up to all sorts of shenanigans. Like seriously, that's a lot of shenanigans. Over a year and a half's worth to be exact. And you gotta love all his goofy animations too. I practically busted a gut when he first did this one. And for those of you who actually wanted Goku in Smash, have I got a surprise for you. How would he work? Well, he could use cranes for one. This game has a regular crane, but it also has bomb cranes, stabby cranes, and a hammer crane. And of course he would have access to God knows how many famous items and characters from across Nintendo in badge form. Coming up with a moveset would be simple from there. And sure, the app may have gotten its last update, but the final goodbye heavily implied that the arcade bunny will return one day, and when he does, I'll gladly bow down to our fuzzy pink overlord. Next up is the avatar from Ever Oasis, and the newest character to be on this list, Tethu. Or Tethy if you pick a girl, but for the sake of simplicity, I'm just gonna refer to Tethu from here on out. I want this guy in for many reasons. One, Ever Oasis is a great game and deserves way more attention than it's getting. Two, his design is absolutely fantastic. Like seriously. He's a cute little plant person with seeds popping out of his head that look like horns, and he has this cool desert clothing and a radical plant sword. Also to reiterate, he is adorable. And of course, most importantly, he has massive moveset potential. He can wield a sword, of course, but he also has access to bolas, crossbows, and magical wands. He can even use magic to bolster his offense and defense. And on top of all that, he's an airbender. Follow that up with a final Smash Tsunami, courtesy of Esna, the also adorable water spirit, and I think we've got a winner. 20-odd years ago, a legend was born. And then he was never seen again. Suddenly, 15 years and one remake later, oh hey, it's that Bandana Dee from that sub-game in Kirby Superstar like 15 years ago. I guess he's a main character now. Okay, seriously, Bandana Dee is freaking amazing. He's spiked in popularity recently, and you know what? He deserves all of it. He's been showing up in nearly every Kirby game after Return to Dreamland, and often has bigger roles than Meta Knight and King Dedede. What a comeback. But that's not all. He's an absolute beast with a spear, with a move list so big it'd frankly be easy to come up with a moveset for it. These guys did. Seriously, I love this little fella. He's like an underdog that I always root for. Plus, I cannot stress this enough, Bandana Dee is adorable. Like, for some reason, I never really found Kirby that cute, but Bandana Dee makes me want a bandana squee. Wait, we aren't ending on that, are we? So that's all of it. But hey, that's just my opinion. Who do you guys want to see in the next Smash Brothers? Leave a comment down below and share with the world. Or you could just leave a comment about how mad you are at me for putting Arcade Bunny on the list. Whatever floats your boat. Thank you all so much for watching, and a special thanks to all over 500 of my subscribers. Seriously, all your support means a lot to me, and I'll continue to make videos and maybe they'll be funny. Wish me luck.